writing equations and identifying key features. We have 3 steps. The first step is I can identify if I am writing an equation, finding the y-intercept, or finding the x-intercept. The second step is I can use list in spreadsheets to find the equation. And the third step is I can use the equation found using list in spreadsheets to find the key features. And remember, we have x-intercept, 0, solution, and roots. We have y-intercept, initial value, starting value, and then our point. Then slope, m, and rate of change is all the same. And then also remember that the m is going to be your slope, and the b is going to be your y-intercept. So let's read the first one. It says a function is graphed on the coordinate grid. What is the y-intercept of the function? So we know we're looking for y-intercept, and we know that's on the y-axis. But we can't see where our lines touch. It's not possible. So we have to find an equation. To find an equation, we need at least 2 points. So I have 2, -2. Then I have 3, 1. So I'm going to make my table. 3, 1, 2, -2. And I'm going to go to the calculator right here and get my equation. So new document, we always put no, list in spreadsheet, then x, y. I'm going to put 3, 2, 1, -2. Then it's doc 4, 7. Our y-axis is always up and down. X is always left to right. Then we have menu 4, 6, linear 1. So this is my equation. Y equals 3x minus 8. And remember what we said. Our 3 is our slope. Our -8 is our y-intercept. So in this case, my answer is -8. That is your y-intercept. So then going to number 2. It says lines A, B, C, and D are graphed on the same coordinate grid. Which line represents a linear equation with a slope of -1/2 and a y-intercept of -1, a y-intercept of 1. So we know we're looking at the y-axis, and we know we need a y-intercept of 1. So the only line that doesn't have that y-intercept is C, so we can eliminate C. And then we also know that our slope is a negative slope. So from left to right, our line should be going down since it's negative. So looking at the other lines, we know that A is going up, so it's a positive slope. We can also look at B, and we know that's also a positive slope. And then D is going down, so it's a negative slope. So looking at my answers, the only one that could actually be the answer is D. So we can eliminate A and B because they are positive, and D would be your answer. You can also find the actual slope. So if you do -2, 2, and 2, 0, we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So you have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You have 0 minus 2 over 2 minus -2. If we put that into the calculator, control, divide, parentheses 0 minus 2 over 2 minus -2, enter, that gives me -1/2. So it would have been the same thing. But anyways, number 3, Jose bought 20 pounds bag of food for his dog. He fed his dog 1/2 of a pound of dog food each day. Which equation is used to determine y, the amount of food that remains at the end of each day? So remember when we're writing an equation, y equals mx plus b. B is your y-intercept, but it's also your initial value. The value that you start with. So in this case, we started with 20 pounds. So our B is going to be 20. And then our M is the slope. And the words that we're always looking for are each, per, each per, I think that's it. So then we have, he fed his dog 1 pound of dog food each day. And 1/2 is a fraction, or it's going to be m is 1/2, or you can write it as m equals 0.5. But the thing we have to pay attention to is it says the word fed. Dang it, wrong. The word fed, which means that's a negative number. You're eating the food, so the food's disappearing. So it's a negative. Negative. So when I write my final equation, it's going to be y equals negative 0.5x plus 20. So if I'm looking at negative 0.5x, we have 0.5, negative 0.5, positive 0.5x, negative 0.5x. I can get rid of C and D immediately because the 0.5 isn't with the x. And looking at A and B, B is a positive, so we can get rid of that, so my only option is A.